Hello everybody and welcome to the show. Yes, George here, but this time in the guise of Matchbox Superfast Land Rover Defender. I haven't been on the channel for a while, since the 2022 Matchbox Advent Calendar. So yeah, it's good to be back and I hope you're all well. The reason why I'm making this video is because yesterday I went to Windsor with my aunt. So my aunt used to live in Windsor and she still rents a house there. And she invited me down there because I used to go and stay with her quite a lot when she was at home. And it was always really nice and magical memories for me. So I went and just retraced a few old steps and it hasn't changed much really, which is a nice thing. But in the centre of Windsor, not far from the castle, there is a big department store called Daniel's, and they used to have, and they still do have, an amazing toy department. It's not as good now because it used to have Corgi, Hornby, Scalextrics, Airfix, everything in between, but they got rid of that years ago, so it's just a toy shop now. I remember years ago when I used to go there, they had a train track suspended above the shop and a little toy train going around it, and when I went in the other day, it's the same train. I've been going in that shop for at least 20 years and it's still there. But they do sell Matchbox, including some of the ones that I've been looking for ages, so I had to get some. This is the first one. So one of the guys that I follow on Instagram, Craig's Diecast World, thank you very much for the heads up about when these first came out, but it's taken me this long to find it in stores. So yeah, it's Matchbox, but it's done in the style of the old packaging, and it even comes with a little collector's box. So this particular one is the only one out of these that I really wanted, because it's a model that companies like Matchbox or Hot Wheels don't often do, and it's a Triumph TR6. So yeah, so the packaging is blue and yellow. It's got Matchbox Collectors in the top left corner in yellow writing. It's got 70 years of Matchbox, bloody hell. And yeah, I've been collecting for about 25 of those. And you've got a picture of the TR6 itself in there, and then you've got the box and the model, and it's got the modern Matchbox logo on the bottom of the box in front of the number 10. So this must be number 10 in the collection. Not much on the back. So yeah, let's just get this open.
Like I say, I've been looking for this particular one for ages, because the Entertainer being what they are, they never really get stuff in new that's good anymore, so anyway, oh well, here it is.
Well, let's have a look at the box first. So yeah, it's a bit like, let me get an old Matchbox box for you. Here's the box for the TR6, and here I have an original box for a late 60s, early 70s Matchbox Cadillac ambulance. So you can see where the similarities lie in these designs, and I really like that idea that they're harking back to the glory days. It's got a sort of a blueprint version almost of the TR6 on top, and on the sides it's number 18 actually, 1969 Triumph TR6. Obviously we said it's number 18, Matchbox on the bottom, same on the back and the sides. So that's the box, and then here we have the car itself. And oh, look at that, it's so nice, isn't it? And hang on a minute, oh, the bonnet opens. Oh, that is awesome. Look at that, that is beautifully done. Really nice painting, obviously, because this is a collected series. It's got a nice tan coloured interior. Is it sort of a dark green or a dark burgundy colour? I'm really not sure. I also love these wheels. I like when Matchbox makes new models of older cars, not as in older models that they've made in the past. I do like that, but I like it when they make sort of models of cars that were around in the 1960s, because they put these really nice wheels on them. They just do such a nice finish on them. Oh god, I've just noticed as well, it actually has proper rubber tyres. Well, that is really nice. That's going to be treasured. Daniel's also stocked Matchbox Skybusters, which you don't see very often. The Entertainer do stock them, but it's only like 1 or 2 that they actually have. So they had hordes of them at Daniels. So I've got 2 of them. I'll show you the other one in a minute. So this one is the Matchbox pusher prop. So some sort of fancy concept aircraft. It's a twin prop, but they're facing backwards. So yeah, that's quite a cool idea. And then it's got Matchbox Skybusters logo on the top with the wings. Again, 70 years of Matchbox. I don't know if they've done it with this model, but with some of the Matchbox Skybusters recently, they've included like a little fold-out piece of card that acts as like a diorama. I'm not sure if that's the case with this one. Nothing on the back.
So I'm just going to open this one up. Actually, yeah, this one does have the card. So let's have a look at that first.
So, okay, so it has 2 things on the side. So it's got like a runway design on one side, the number 53, and then this one looks like some sort of countryside or city layout. But yeah, that's quite cool. I like that they've actually started giving them a little bit more for your money as well, even though it's just a piece of cardboard. And here is the prop pusher. Another thing that I like about Skybusters that they've started doing recently is that they've started doing sort of static wheels. I know the wheels have always been static as in folded down, but they have had a rolling function, whereas these ones, they seem more like display models. But I really like that design. It's light blue and it has white middle wings and front wings. All the light blue bits are die-cast metal, and it has 5 blades on the propellers. That's unusual. I really like that. It kind of reminds me, there was a scene from Airwolf where they were trying to chase down a bad guy who was in some sort of experimental plane. And then we'll bring the last one in. So again, same packaging, but this one's some sort of futuristic seaplane because it's a Sea Arrow.
Let me get it out. It's about 10 o'clock at night whilst I'm filming this, so yeah, I apologise.
Okay, so interestingly, this one has a helipad on one side with a patch of grass, and on the other side, I would have thought that was more sea. Oh yeah, it's sort of like it looks like, oh yeah, so there's a roadway with some cars on it, and there's the coastline. That's quite a cool backdrop. And then here is the Sea Arrow. I don't know why it's got a helipad, because it's definitely not a helicopter, but it's some sort of, like I say, futuristic seaplane. I like that the nose wheel on this one is more concealed. What's it got written on the wings? Matchbox Resorts, and then there's some sort of logo, presumably for the Matchbox Resorts, number 28. It has white front wings, and then the rest of it is dark blue, and this one is pretty much, apart from the wings and the rear undercarriage and the propeller, this one is all die-cast metal. So, a good haul for Matchbox. But, wait a minute, we're not done yet. So yesterday was the first time in 7 years that I'd been back to Windsor and to Daniels. And it was the first time that I've been there as well since I became a brony. So I thought to myself, well, seeing as I'm here, I might see what MLP stuff they've got. They did have G5 stuff, but it was all the same story, you know, the main Melody playset, Opaline, all the Cutie Mark Magic figures that everybody's got and nobody wants anymore. But most of the MLP stuff that they had was G1 40th anniversary stuff, including Celestial ponies. So I had to get one of these, so I got Polaris. I've never heard of her before, but here she is in her box. I just thought it was a nice thing to buy. They did have the Twinkle Eye ponies, which were cheaper, but I just thought, seeing as it's the 40th anniversary, you know, might as well go the whole hog. So let's have a look at the box first. So at the bottom you've got the G1 My Little Pony logo with Celestial ponies in a little ribbon underneath. And then it says Polaris in, it's all really nicely embossed as well. Then you've got the window, 40th anniversary brush inside, which is right there. Again, it says 40 years, and there's got like a little bunting up at the top with some star details, and then obviously there she is again. You got another window on the side, and it says 40th anniversary, Celestial ponies. On this side it shows you the other ones that you can get, so it says collect them all. So obviously we've got Polaris here. We could have also had Aurora, Nova and Milky Way, and they had all of those there, but I think Polaris was my favourite out of them. And then you got 80s stylized drawings of all the characters, and there's a little bit of a blurb as well. These magical ponies zip around the universe like shooting stars and bring happiness and hope wherever they go. And then it says it in a different language, in French actually, underneath, and I think it's other languages as well. Yes, yeah. And then obviously so it gives us their names again, and yeah, nothing underneath. Yeah, there he is. Hasbro, buy our toys. So yeah, I think I'm just, oh yeah, I forgot to say as well, there's a little handle on the top in the shape of the My Little Pony rainbow, which is a really nice detail. And there's obviously lots of all stars and that around it. So yeah.
Right, okay, so let's take that out. I like the gold packaging to go with the Celestial thing. Oh dear, my worst nemesis. These horrible twisty ties that never, well, they're not really twisty ties, are they? They're almost plastic hair ties. I really hate these. Although they're also trying to, oh, this is going well, isn't it? The trick is trying to keep the hair away. Right, I've got to be very careful here. I do not want to cut her hair. I do not want to make myself the barber. There we go. I still want to keep the box, you know, obviously because it's a collector's thing. But it's just, obviously, she's a toy and she's made to be taken out of the box, like, not as viciously as that. And, oh, frick, there's another one. I'm going to have to work this one out of camera.
At last, we can breathe. So, here is Polaris. I love her cutie mark. It looks holographic. It's very shiny and shimmery, obviously because Celestial, but I like that it's like a little planetary globe with an axis and there's a moon. I love the little bow on her tail. Her hair on her tail and mane is really, really soft. Oh, there's a lot of, I don't know if you can see. Oh wow. You see those patterns on her face and the front as well. Yeah, wow, look at that. There are her eyes. They're a bit holographic as well. I've noticed that she has these antennae on top, which can twist. And there's one that's got a star on it and a moon and another star. That's really, really nice. Basic fun. When they do these retro ponies, they do an amazing job. I have another retro pony for the 35th anniversary, which was Windy. So we do have the 40th anniversary comb in the shape of a shooting star. And I'd say, because I have a yellow one of these, which has just got like a rainbow print on where the 40th anniversary sticker is. That's the one that came with Windy. I've used it on a lot of my ponies, not just G1 ponies, but G2, G3, G4 and G5 to some extent, because they are really, really good brushes. So, you know, there's a lot of bristles there. It's also easy to use. So yeah, they're really good combs. I really recommend using those if you're able to find one and pick it up. Yeah, I just couldn't really turn her down, to be honest. Not really sure what else there is to say about her. And so here is everything from my trip to Windsor and Daniel's. Obviously the Triumph was the main big thing for me. The Skybusters were amazing to find, and also the 40th anniversary Celestial ponies, because, you know, that's the only place I've ever seen those so far. All in all, a day well spent getting some good stuff and reliving old memories and retracing old steps. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it and you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment if you fancy, and subscribe if you haven't already. And the two of us will see you at some point in the future. Cheers guys, take care.
And you'll open up your window and you'll suddenly find that a peanut has knocked on your door. It doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. If you understand this, then you're mad. It doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. And the singing is also quite bad.